coming here, I recognize that, as Andron said, we had made some promises in the manifesto. And he pointed out that we accomplished most of these, with the exception of one issue that I think now. So very mindful of what we promise, and given that if you look across the board, we're trying to fulfill all of these, even in the second year in government. I spoke with the president, and he has agreed that we will now reduce the final tax from 3.5 to 2.5%. So anything above the same rate at $1,160, then it goes to 2.5%. Now that is equivalent to about a $1.4 billion remaining in the industry. The 1 percentage point reduction is equivalent to $1.4 billion, because totally we are collecting about $4.9 billion from the 3.5% final tax. So that's $1.4 billion remaining back with the industry. Secondly, we had promised, and this will practically complete what we had promised, status quo ante. That is what we had promised, status quo ante. Now, we recognize that, I saw in the newspapers today, Mr. Jordan said that he reduced the tributers tax from 20% to 10%. He forgot that it was 10%. He took it up 1 year to 20% and then brought it back to 10%. And he put that as an achievement of the last government in today's paper. This is the delusion we have to deal with, but I'm not here to talk about APNU today. So we didn't promise to reduce the tributers tax because it was 10% when we were in office. But given what has been argued about the difficulties in collecting it and placing some companies at a competitive disadvantage, where some who collect it have a harder time recruiting labor. And then given that this will accrue to the benefit of small people, that is the workers, we've decided, also the president has agreed, that we will remove it totally. So that is over. So that is going to result in probably a loss of about $300 million in taxes also. And the third issue is, this is something across the board for all industries, not peculiar to mining, that we want to do, is because the gasoline and diesel, we remove all the taxes. So we heard recently that lube oil has a tax. So we're going to remove the 14% VAT on lube oil for the industry. But this will have across the board impact for all industries, because anyone who uses lubricating oil would have that impact. So this is a combined package of maybe $1.9 billion that the industry will see return to it. That is what we wanted to do, so that we can support the industry.